Mob Psycho 100. The name of the series, the start of the series, throughout the horror series. I enjoyed it thoroughly, but this episode, it has to be one of those special episodes where I I I just have to praise the characters for what they actually are, because this episode just in general was so good and it actually hit me. And there are very few anime which really hit me with the feels, and I think so Mob Psycho is one of them. Mob Psycho is definitely one of the anime that that actually got me with the feels on this episode, because this episode was such a good one. Like, I can't express how good this episode was. To begin with, like how Reagan realizes that he actually cares a lot about Mob. It's like Reagan actually, Reagan is actually like genuinely caring for Mob. He realizes his lost the most important piece of his life. He realizes the person who was keeping him intact, the person who was keeping him together, piecing him together, the person who kept him happy. He lost the most important person in his life. And at the end of the episode, when Mob basically speaks about Reagan genuinely being a good guy, I I was at loss of words at that moment, because Reagan himself realizes that this this person that he he realizes that he overdid this person. He locked him in, like he says, he locked him in the cage. Like, it's a cage where he can't set free this bird which has been kept in this cage since a long time. Like, it's that kind of situation with Mob, and finally when the bird wanted to be free, you're pushing him back. So it's basically the same case we see here. Reagan Reagan actually got me with the feels there. Reagan and Mob's chemistry, just like Mob, this man knows how to put smiles on people's faces, and he also knows how to make people feel, like actually feel the good parts. Like, this, like when I was tearing up, I don't think that it was anyway sad or anything. It was just happiness. I actually felt happy when I actually saw Mob speak to his master like that. And Reagan, as much of a fraud he is, after realizing what the most important part of his life, after realizing who is the most important person in his life, he he pretty much he kind of showed a change in what in his personality, because even in the press conference he speaks about how there's just one person keeping him intact, like he's when we see his past and everything. And I think so that's what really plays well with Reagan's character. That's how his character was drawn out, because he never realized the importance of Mob up until this point. And I like how the series actually gives importance to the relationship of Reagan and Mob. It's such a it's such a unique master student relationship that I don't think so we're gonna find it in many anime. it's pretty rare. It's that kind of relationship. It's a pretty rare relationship which you could find in anime between a master and a student. It's a really really good one, and it's basically their journey. Mob. It's obviously Mob the main character, but it's also Reigen's journey. He has been with Mob throughout the whole series. So yeah, this whole this whole arc regarding Reigen was really, really good. It played out really good. The setup was right. The ending was fabulous for this arc, and I just have praises for this whole episode. There is nothing else other than praises for this episode for me. I I literally have nothing else to say about this episode. Just praises. Like just straight up praises. It's that good of an episode. And there aren't many shows which actually this like which actually I praise a lot like this one. This is a show that is a must watch. If you haven't, I highly recommend watching this show. It is that good. It is that good. It'll bring a smile to your face. It'll bring tears to your eyes. It's such a good show, and it's just an happy. Mob is just such a happy character while being such a stoic character. That's basically how I see him. So really, it's a very enjoyable show as I see it, and as of this episode, it's definitely one of my top five favorites already with this one. And I believe there's just like one more arc remaining in the series, I believe. So whatever that arc is gonna be. Anyways, let me know what you think about this episode of Mob Psycho 100, and let me know if you had the same feels as I did at the end of the episode. And I'll see you in the next video. As always, peace.